Yo, what it is, YouTube? Today we reacting to Math Hoffa. I was kind of curious about what happened with the co-hosts and Ezo and High Nakin, whatever you call them. But you notice how it was kind of like the latest episodes was basically a less filled. It turns out it was some disputes over money. Basically, is what his co-host had said, and we gonna hear what they was talking about and kind of what happened. So let's play the clip and see what they're really talking about. Let me know in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe on this video. If you like this type of content, let me know how you feel about the whole situation when it comes down to money, and people start seeing figures and they think they need to get paid more or paid. It could get tricky there. So let's see what they talking about on this clip, bro.
We got a whole bunch of people lined up. For those of you that don't know, Esso and Heineken is no longer part of the show. Space Ghost is no longer part of the show. Don't reach out to them for interviews with my expert opinion, because they're going to tell you that I'm booked up and try to get you to go over to someplace else.
How do you know they did that?
That's whack. I got reached out to by someone's manager. I'm not going to drag their name through it. And the next thing I saw was that person someplace else. And I was like, yo, what happened there? And I found out they reached out to one of those people, and that was the story told to them. I could never have that type of hate in my system for somebody.
Now, Esso, Heineken, and Space Ghost came together to talk about it and reveal exactly what happened. Here's what they said.
I'll give them chances for certain things, but once I hit the limit, I've already identified who you are as a person, how you're going to operate when money's involved, when women's involved, when opportunity is involved, and notoriety's involved.
So what's your math assessment?
Well, you already know. He felt like the value of who we are wasn't indicative of the growth of his show. That's it. Well, he just told you all you do is just put footage together.
No, he said
he said that all I do is edit the footage.
Edit the footage is all goes.
Not to mention that I do edit the audio as well. And I edit.
Yeah, well, don't miss.
Maybe shit. That's why I'm not gonna speak for me, because I got people who I work with who could tell if I do good business or not, or if I do good work or not.
One thing I know,
My
two
work
things.
says
But
what's up.
you always show up. No, you always show up on time. Early. You're the first one there. I've never heard of footage fucking up. I've never heard of you losing footage.
Well, you lost the last footage.
Yeah, that's my fault. I fucked that.
I did fuck up.
No, you didn't fuck up because it was in my possession.
No, not even that. I fucked up other footage.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, so you do put the footage together?
No, this was a recent incident.
We're
speaking on Ghost's track record of how he operates and works.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Let me start with you. What did Math Hoffa call you and say, like what happened from yesterday to the day?
All right. So I did everything that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And I just don't like this shit
like
that's
regular.
going on. I just don't like the shit that's going on. I don't like the shit that's going on. You already know what we've been through with Flip.
But what's going on with him?
It's the same cycle.
You said he was worse than Flip.
Cause he ain't pay a nigga not once. Not me, but I'm just saying it's certain niggas.
Wait, what?
Just ain't get paid one time.
You never got paid.
But I didn't know about it. So I'm not
he got paid.
He got paid.
All he's doing is speaking about the totality.
I'm still owed money.
See, look, I'm still owed a couple dollars.
Wait, that won't go and say, man, Robin is irrelevant.
Who?
Howard.
No.
Howard would not go.
No,
Robin is irrelevant.
No,
I can't do the show.
I'm gonna jump in.
No, he won't do that.
He said me and Heineken was irrelevant. Although I told him, I said when we got on your show in January, you had 262,000 subscribers. That's what you did in all the 3 or 4 years that you were filming, correct?
Yeah.
What do you say when you wait, hold on. Let me tell you this.
Let him land the plane.
I said I'm gonna take Heineken out of the equation because I don't like to speak for other people because I don't want them to call him and be like, "Is this how you feel?" I stand on my own laurels. Yeah. This is how. It's not a disrespect. This is how I feel. Yeah. I got on that show in January of 2022. Yep. With 262,000 subscribers. Yep. When I stopped getting calls, he was at 614,000 subscribers within 8 or 9 months. The proof is in the pudding, bro. You've been doing this, and 262,000 is a phenomenal number, right? But 300,000 and change more
in 8 months.
Is an even more phenomenal.
I was there at 15,000. So what we talking? It don't make like.
Yeah, but in
so you're looking at 3 guys.
I'm looking at it from his point of view.
He's responsible for 250 by himself, and between us 300, and collectively we're responsible for close to 600.
So this is one thing that sticks out to me. I was watching Adam 22. He interviewed Matt Hoffa and basically said, like, it's you eat what you kill, basically saying like he doesn't have any permanent hosts, who's ever around, whoever is willing to, put in the work, excuse me, will put in the work. And then that kind of was telling to me on, basically like what's may happen or what future events may, already been brewing or people was already talking about, we doing all these views and we ain't getting compensated for that. My whole stance on it is, man, like if people are contributing, to the product, they deserve to be paid too, because everybody has a family, everybody has, bills to pay and everything like that. If you contribute into what's going on, then of course you deserve a percentage. Now, obviously, what type of percentage you deserve is basically, based on how much work you're putting in. You can't say that, oh, he had 200-some thousand and then you went to 600,000. Was that solely based on you, or is that solely based off the podcast and, him, going into different fields and, interviewing Fat Joe and interviewing some big high-end artists? Does that have a lot to contribute to it? Or was it just you editing videos, or you, speaking up on topics and asking questions as well? But the whole time it was set up as Matt Hoffa's YouTube page. So if you felt that type of way, or even before, you guys should have discussed, like, I'm going to do this amount of work and I think I should get paid this. If those conversations ain't being had, and, Matt Hoffa is the face of the podcast and it's his channel, and you guys haven't discussed a right amount of compensation, then whose fault is it? At that point in time, me personally, going into a podcast, man, if it's me and another individual, man, it's 50-50. Oh, we got this person editing this. Okay, so they deserve this amount of money. That conversation has to be had with everybody involved, or else you're going to get situations of people lashing out. They feel like they should be owed more, but those conversations weren't had. So at that point, it's like, what are we really talking about? Now, you just going with the flow. Hopefully, everything will evolve and hopefully people will, decide to pay you more. But if those conversations are never had, like, you should have stepped to, Matt Hoffa and say, hey, I'm doing this and that. I'm noticing I'm not really getting compensated or paid for, my work that I feel like I should be paid because what I'm contributing. I deserve to be paid more. And more of those conversations have to be had. We've seen podcasts fall out, from Gilly the Kid and Wallow $1 Million Worth of Game, the third co-host that they had early on. He felt like he was contributing. Joe Budden, their fallout. There's certain things that align up on these podcasts, just because over communication and conversation and ego, really, is what it boils down to. So this was really telling. I kind of noticed the last couple of YouTube clips I've seen, it's less people in the room. It doesn't look as genuine as, when they first were starting doing the podcast shit. And this kind of took me by surprise how, he cut ties with 3 of them niggas that really, built that foundation of the podcast. I get you had your subscribers before, but I see both sides of the coin. Matt Hoffa, you should have made it clear on the position, percentages, and not just, they just going to show up, they going to show face, and, you going to get what you eat. Like, I don't agree on that because, as we see, there's consequences for that. There's people involved in the situations that you think, oh, no, they just here. They have every right to, they have people in their ear saying, like, man, what's going on, man? I see you getting it. Like, how much money or how successful how you feel about the whole situation. So you have outsiders just, escalating situations as well. So all that has to be a factor when you are a businessman, when you are doing business. Communication is the number one factor in business relationship, personal relationship, whatever it is. And if you don't have that, there's always going to be somebody that feels that wrong way. They always going to feel like they've been wronged, or, hey, he a fuck nigga because he ain't doing what, I think I'm doing all this shit and he's out here making all this and I'm just out here stuck. I'm here doing the work, but I ain't getting compensated. So what's lost is the conversation that need to be had, especially going into a podcast. I get Matt Hoffa probably didn't realize how successful and how fast his podcast will grow. But at the same time, once you see that incline, you got to have conversations with people like, understand like, hey, we growing, podcast is getting bigger. Let's have them talks. Let's have them conversations of what everybody deserved to get paid. That should have been a conversation to be had. And it's unfortunate to see another podcast going through drama over money, because that's all what it boils down to is money. That's fucked up to see. Let's wrap up to see what else he has to say or they have to say.
It really don't matter.
So it does matter.
No, it really don't matter because the subscribers really don't mean shit. If the content is good, people gonna watch it. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure people gonna watch this shit just because we talking the way we talking, and they not.
Now, if you guys want to listen to more of that conversation,
so yeah, man, like I said, let me know what y'all think of this conversation. Do you think that this is gonna be a incline trend of people feeling the type of way, people getting successful and feel like they should be compensated accordingly? Who wouldn't think that, right? Like, I'm contributing this, I'm seeing that the numbers, and you seeing the views, 1 million views, 300,000 views. What does that compensate, and how am I'm part of it, so how should I get paid as well? Let me know how you guys would react if you guys were doing, in the same situation, and a couple of things that you think that, hey, if this was done right, or this, didn't happen, then, people would be in a better place. So let me know in the comment section, like, comment, subscribe on this video. If you like this type of content, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Until the next time, man, I'm out.